April 5th of 2005, and I would assassinate John Smedley to prevent the NGE from ever happening for Star Wars Galaxies. I wouldn't go back and kill Hitler. I would go back and assassinate John Smedley. I think that was a bigger travesty.
I would go back to the 90s and get
if I was told I couldn't do that and had to affect a major historical event, I would go back in time and help the Confederacy win the Civil War.
Who is giving you a time machine and then making you modify history significantly?
I'm just saying, and it has nothing to do with slavery because that shit was already going out the door.
All I would do is go back to the 90s and buy 200 cases of Crystal Pepsi and then pour them all out.
Dude, I forgot all about Crystal. What? No, it wasn't Crystal Pepsi. It was Crystal Coke.
No, that was Crystal Pepsi.
No, you can't even buy vanilla Coke in Canada.
No, there was Crystal Coke too. Oh god, this must be from the 80s.
Yep. Confirming I was going a billion meters a second.
Yeah!
GG.
You should send a petition to CCP and tell them that their game is unrealistic and that you're unsubbing. And then you can give me all your Iskin ships.
I was thinking about the weird incongruity of how little makes sense about being in space in Eve, and yet how kind of makes sense the tracking combat system is and how unique that is to Eve.
Yeah, and the red-blue shift whenever you're warping.
Yeah.
You know the Doppler effect?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I thought that was neat.
I'm apparently come tomorrow. There's actually a sound when you exit warp too, which is going to be really handy for people like me who alt tab all the time.
I'm looking forward to the 80. I'm looking forward to the 80 different explosions they're adding.
84. Yes.
The only thing that really has ever bothered me about Eve physics, because I've come to live with the fact that it's a video game, is the fact that when people tell their fleets to passive line.
Yeah, as soon as your velocity goes down to 0, you're just a sphere with no velocity.
Yep. They're like, everyone passive align so we can warp fast. Face palm. The only foreseeable advantage I can fathom of getting that is if you had some giant ball of death that warped in, and you just wanted to get people so they wouldn't bump off each other while initially aligning.
Yeah.
About 1% of the static on your television is caused by cosmic microwave background radiation left over from the Big Bang about 13.7 billion years ago.
Implying I have over-the-air television. Well,
a Crystal Coca-Cola can. Can you really call it a Coca-Cola can if it's crystal?
I used to drink Surge. I missed that.
Dude, I remember Surge. Wouldn't you say a model can made out of crystal would be more of a crystal cask? To me, can implies metal.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Wouldn't it just be a jar, though? Cask sort of implies wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of right on that one, huh?
I'd just call it a vessel.
That would be technically correct. The best kind of correct.
So the only good news that came out of this fleet that didn't happen is that PL finally took down the SBUs that are in NVTAC. I don't know if any of you guys were on that fleet earlier this week. Where... Yeah, and if you didn't notice, 2 of the SBUs in system were fucking PL.
Yeah, well, I heard they were friendly. I don't know enough about the ins and outs of sub mechanics to know why we do that even.
We didn't make a big enough deal to get them moved out ahead of time, but they're finally gone. So 2 of the 3 SBUs that we had to kill are gone. I was quite literally taking the fleet and dropping supers to go kill PL SBUs. was gonna kill the one AAA one and then go after the PL ones.
Yeah, I don't know why everyone got so stuck there. I just waited 2 hours until AAA stood down and ran home on my pod and made it.
Yeah, I just
got potted and went right back to TG instantly.
Yeah, that's a good system too. Someone was asking why they don't understand you deploy SBUs in your friendly system.
Yeah, that was I kind of understand it, but that's
the theory. Yeah. The theory behind it is let's say we're in head, and you have an iHub and all the other cool shit in head. If you put SBUs on the gate that are yours, if a hostile fleet comes and they ref your station without killing your SBUs, when it comes out of reinforcement and the fleet shows up to start killing it, you just cycle your SBUs. And now the system's invulnerable for 3 hours while they online.
Oh yeah.
So you just bought yourself 3 more hours. And you can do that indefinitely until either they kill the SBUs or they ninja the SBUs away from you. Because when they're anchored and not online, anybody in all of EVE can go to an online and it instantly belongs to it.
Yeah. I knew that part. Yeah, that's cool. I never really thought about the you can just turn them off. What's the offline time? Is it just a switch, or is it 5 seconds? Or
it's 7 minutes, I think.
Oh, that's still not bad at all. That's cool.
Yeah, but
thanks.
Usually when you do that, the hostile fleet wises up pretty damn quick, and they warp to the SBUs that are in order, and they bubble it and orbit it.
So
why AAA didn't notice? I don't know.
I assume you can only online one SBU per gate grid, but can you anchor more than one?
No.
Okay. That's one thing, I know, CCP and the community in general are having this whole big push to, get rid of off-grid boosting. And while in theory I'm totally for it, despite having a character with 15 million skill points in leadership, I question their ability, considering how often grids break, I don't know. It seems like it would be a significant challenge to get it to work.
Well, so far I went farther this time in this siege cycle.
Nice. Did you pulse your micro-warp drive and then siege?
No, I don't have an MWD. I don't know, I just went farther. And I'm still going.
Have you broken 1.2 AU?
Nope, 1.1.
Huh? That's still new. I got to somewhere between 0.1 and 0.2. I think I was on the far end of 0.1 in a rock with a micro-warp.
Yeah.
I love this quote. All women should feel like they have a home at the abortion plex. Whether she's a high school junior who doesn't want to go to prom pregnant, a go-getter professional who can't be bothered with the time commitment of raising a child, or a prostitute who knows getting an abortion is the easiest form of birth control, all are welcome.
Nice.
I love the adoption center. Allows women an opportunity to give a loving home to an unwanted dog or cat.
God, I'm really actually having anxiety about still having this Drake tomorrow now. You should just refit it Podla and go roaming until it dies.
Look at those engine trails.
maybe later. I'm off, guys. Thanks again for trying, Zarian. Sorry I didn't remember yours that sucked.
Yeah, even if we had even logi or even numbers, I would have gone for it. It probably would have gone terrible for us at even numbers.
Like I joined test less than 2 months ago. Literally, like every fleet I've been on has been wanting for logi. Like they wouldn't turn away more logi.
Nope,
I've got my but he's like about 2 months out of being able to fly even any logi, and I still have to pick which cruiser 5 I go for first.
Logi is the shit, and a lot of times it's the only thing replaced in the fleet. I know Thorn Alliance, we do 100% Logi replacement. And everything else, we only fund hull replacement.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure test Logi makes money when they die.
Yep, so the Thorn guys do too. It's pretty ballin'. Alright, man. Well, I'm gonna hop off. You guys, good luck. Thanks for coming.
Later.
Poop in a cup. Whenever the mumble voice says Thorn, I always think they're saying porn. Guess I'm gonna go get on the PL mumble and play some dummy side 2.